Hello and welcome back to Ascending Without Wings. My name is Raina and I shall be doing your reading for our lovely Libra people for the total lunar eclipse of the super blood wolf moon that we're having on the 20th and the 21st. However, eclipse energies usually last for about 2 weeks after the actual event, so this reading is basically going to be looking at energies that are surrounding you, lessons, astrological sort of aspects as well that are influencing you with this eclipse and the 2-week period following, so all the way through to the 3rd of February. I have invoked Arch Angel Michel, and I'm actually going to begin these readings with some astrology cards from this lovely deck or set of cards. So I'll actually just be pulling the planet cards and the house cards, because this is a general reading for a bunch of people out there. The zodiac influence of a major event astrologically will actually be determined by your own chart, so it's different for every individual person. So for general readings, planet and house cards are probably more appropriate, because planet cards represent the part of your personality or the part of you that's being affected by the energies around there at the moment. And the house cards actually represent the area of your life, or the sort of the aspect of your life that's playing out at the moment. So whether it's, relationships or whatever it may be. Okay, I'm not a big astrology buff. However, I know it applies. I was born and raised a Hindu, with really in astrology, and I've had a birth chart made at birth. So, names are chosen by things like that. So I do understand that astrology plays a big part in things. Personally, at the moment, when I see the weekly tarot readings for your hearts, for your various signs, my moon sign is actually at the moment more appropriate, and it resonates a lot more. And I did go through a little stage a little while ago where my ascendant, my rising sign, was the one that resonated the most. So, I'm not sure exactly how that plays out. I do know that your ascendant is actually your subconscious self, and your moon sign is your emotional self. So it's interesting to sort of see what aspects do play out. But so getting on with this, this is the reading for my lovely Libra people, and one planet card has actually fallen out, so I'm just going to double check it's the correct one. Thank you. So the planet aspect that's playing out for you guys at the moment is Jupiter. So your confidence, courage, self-belief, and luck. Yes, your belief in yourself, and how much you back yourself, and how much you actually have faith in your own intuition, what your drive is in life, things like that. What I'll do is I'll pull your house card as well, and I'll just give you a little bit more info from the book. That would be more than what I can provide you. Okay. So the house that's being affected for you guys is the 7th house, which is the area of your life which is about long-term significant partners, romantic, business, or family. That's the card right there. I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. I will try and work on it. I'm not sure what I can do about that right now. Okay. So let's just consult the book, shall we? All right, so Jupiter is actually what I'm trying to say. Let's hold that there for you. So the current universal energy is focused on your confidence, courage, sense of self-belief, and potency. So when this part of you is activated, you have access to your inner knowledge and divine guidance. Your guardian angel is protecting you and filling you with faith, vision, and intuition. As your confidence rises, you can tune in, gaining insights into the future. Wild guesses seem to hit the nail on the head, and you can prophesy accurately. You may desire to leap beyond your normal boundaries, forget any worries, and just know that everything will turn out well. This is the part of you that shrugs off or turns a deaf ear to the warnings of others. You'll feel irritated with any limits or boundaries that your body or mind imposes on you now, since you want to grow with the freedom to soar like an eagle into higher, breathtaking expansion, taking imaginative leaps to allow wonder and magic in. Wow. Very, very nice. I like this energy for you guys. Okay, and the seventh house. Area of life that's about long-term significant partners. That's kind of self-explanatory, but just for the sake of seeking some a little more information, shall we say, I'm going to have a read. So this card says, this area of life is concerned with the significant other, and there is a focus on them. Traditionally, it was about one's husband or wife and public enemies, although it might seem a little strange to put them together. Digging a little deeper, this house is about the adjustment of enmity, hostility, and animosity, but that requires further explanation. The act of relating runs the gamut from deep affection and harmony to hatred and fighting. For in order for us to hate someone, we have to have a relationship of sorts with them. We are having an emotional response to them, so they stir us in some way. Even if the emotion is not a desirable one, for the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. If we are indifferent to someone, they are not found in our seventh house, for they aren't important enough. The seventh house is the person. Haven't heard that. The seventh house is the person across from us with whom we seek to have a dialogue and relate better. This could be a business partner or even family member, but it is usually a long-term romantic partner, whether or not we're married to them. There you go. Wow. Okay. Interesting energy playing out, guys. So let's actually move on to the reading. And I usually kind of have a little consult with Archangel Michel. Okay, so how many cards are we going to go with? But the only things that we're kind of predetermined is that we're pulling astrology cards and the goddess oracle cards, because at the moment divine feminine energy is a very big part of the mix. So that's most appropriate. And one card, as you may have seen, has just flown out of the deck, and it's the Wheel of Fortune. It's lying in front of me, and I will see how many other cards we get. One more, but that's facing down, so I can't see what it is right now. Let's see what else we have. Archangel Michel from my lovely Libra people. Okay, so as I said, the Wheel of Fortune has fallen out, but I will actually check on these cards whether they are the correct ones with my trusty pendulum. So, if I can hold it. Okay, Archangel Michel. These three are correct cards, okay, and Eight of Pentacles being right. And we're going freestyle. 12. Okay. Alright, we've got 12 cards. So Libra, Archangel Michel wants to have a chat about this lovely eclipse energy and what it's doing for you. Okay. Archangel Michel, what else do you have to add? Okay, Libra for this eclipse. What's going on? What do you want to tell my lovely Libra friends? What's going on? Seven cards. Did you remember what else? Okay. One that had flipped over in the deck. I'm just going to check if these are all correct. Okay, all of these cards correct, in the correct order. And the ones that are in reverse should be in order. Hopefully that was all of them. Alright, so just so you guys have an idea of what's going on, we have 12 cards. It is a bit of a freestyle spread, definitely. But we have the Wheel of Fortune, followed by the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So it's kind of like, karmic wheel turns, blessings coming your way. Kind of like you've been working hard towards something. It's kind of a little bit of a, well-deserved recognition or reward, but followed by the hard work, apprenticeship, working on a business, mastering an art, long-term goals, long-term studies, long-term craftsman, learning a craft, basically. But it's in reverse, so maybe it's giving up on something that was a long-term study thing. But this is just a very quick scrim through. I'm just letting you guys know which cards we have, and then I'll actually pull some clarifiers and go through them properly. But that's followed by the 9 of Wands, which is all about feeling drained, feeling quite exhausted, feeling like, life is a bit of a constant battle in whatever area, and feeling like you just want to run away. You're sort of, getting out of the chaos to sort of catch your breath. But it's sort of a message of, do what you got to do, have a little rest, but you got to get back in there because we're not done yet. You're working on something and we're not there. We are not there yet. Then it's followed by the 9 of Cups, which is the card of a very important, emotionally important, very sentimental wish being granted. And that's followed by the Hermit card. So it's almost like a very heartfelt wish is granted. It's almost like a blessing in disguise or an indirect kind of scenario. This is a very quick run through. This is the vibe I'm getting, okay? Because it's interesting having the 9 of Cups in between the 9 of Wands and the Hermit card. It's kind of like, I guess it makes sense. Feeling tired and drained. Maybe your biggest wish is to be able to sort of get away from the chaos and get away from everybody else's drama and stuff. So then you make like the hermit and you sort of isolate yourself a bit and go within to sort of rejuvenate, recover, replenish yourself because you're feeling spiritually and emotionally and psychologically kind of drained by whatever it is that's going on. But I feel like because the Wheel of Fortune's there's something that you feel like is going against you because of the 8 of Pentacles being in reverse. However, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So whatever, appearances may look like things are not working out in your favor. However, because of your actual circumstances, this is actually, whatever's happening is exactly what you need because you're feeling really tired and drained. So your biggest, most deepest heartfelt wish is to sort of have peace and a bit of serenity for a bit. And that is, the Hermit card has peace because they go within and they find inner peace. And they don't need anybody else kind of to keep them sane or to keep them feeling like they're a part of this world. Or, some people are quite content being loners and they don't need much contact with other people. They do just fine with minimal social interaction or communication with other people, whereas other people are very, they need it all the time. It's kind of a basic requirement. And I think also when you're on your ascension path, which I think many of you that I'll be doing this for are, you tend to find your own company so much more interesting as time goes by. And just being quiet and being in the quiet so you can hear your team when they're talking to you and whatever, little breadcrumb trail bits of information they want to pass along. When I'm in my own space, just hanging out with my cat and YouTube, I receive quite a bit of little insights and guidance and little nudges. And it's quite amazing, really. So I can totally understand how somebody would wish for the opportunity to have some peace and quiet and to be able to go within. So whatever the circumstances is, I feel like there was something that you were working very hard towards and you feel like it's not happening. So maybe you had started a new job and you thought this was a great thing and, you were climbing the ladder, you were working hard, putting in extra hours, being the employee of the month kind of material. But then for whatever reason, maybe it's politics, red tape, company policies that are just, a bit prehistoric, whatever the case may be. Or maybe there's sort of, favoritism, or it's not a case of what you know, who you know kind of culture, something along those lines. For whatever reason, you may have, taken this position or joined this company thinking that you could climb the ladder and there was so much potential because of whatever, you may have heard or for whatever reason. And somehow it's basically just, they're sucking you dry, like they're draining your energy, you're feeling exhausted, you just want to run away. So, a lot of people, even if they're kind of over a job and don't want to be there, they'll stick it out because the money is good, at least until they find another job. But when you're not happy in your current job, you don't really have the motivation to be applying for other work as well. So, the universe can sometimes actually step in and kind of say, well, hey, guess what? Company's going to announce that they're downsizing. So now you're out of a job. Yes, it may seem a bit, the word inopportune, but indirectly, it is your little wish to get out of there that's being granted. Yeah. So I really feel like this is one of those kind of scenarios, just the way I'm looking at it, because with the 9 of Wands of feeling really tired and just, wanting to escape, and 9 of Wands is about having escaped from the chaos for a minute to catch your breath before you go back in, before anybody notices that you've gone kind of feeling. And then it's 9 of Cups with the Hermit card. So, deep, heartfelt wish granted about being able to be by yourself or go within and just have the time and the space and the luxury to be able to tune into your own guidance and to be able to rest and meditate and do whatever it is, your self-care and nurturing for your own soul and your body through this ascension process, because ascension in the physical body is not for the faint-hearted. There's a lot that goes on. There's a lot of purging and stuff. So the next card that we actually have is the Death card, which is one of my favorite cards. It is not literally death, people. I'm pretty sure the people that will be watching this know this. However, just in case. So Death card is about the death of the old and the birth of the new, because you'll see, okay, fair enough, it's a skeleton on horseback, fair enough. However, there's right there the sun rising in the background. Okay, so that's the one thing that always stands out for me. It's, yes, fair enough, things may be a little bit chaotic, a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit painful even, but all is not lost. This is ultimately the card of all is not lost. Whatever is leaving your life right now is meant to leave your life. Your time with these people, places, and things is over. You're ending a cycle. Like, this eclipse is pretty much an opportunity for a lot of us to step into our power, like our personal power, into our self as sovereign divine light beings. There's 144,000 light workers here who are basically, the souls that were actually incarnated as gods and goddesses at some point in time throughout the history of the earth, basically, and other spaces as well, no doubt. So, we've been living in a false reality programming where we've been kept down through fear and through ancestral trauma and, baggage, which is basically, my terminology for baggage is any sort of pain or traumatic experience, whether it be this life, past life, childhood, adulthood, anything. And it'll be family and it'll be ancestral and it'll be geographical. There are some places around the world that have a horrendous history when it comes to violence and things like that. So, there's so many aspects of it that plays in. So we kind of, over different incarnations, we take on extra baggage from the places and the people that we've been around. And this is why people start talking about, saging themselves, especially when they start on their ascension. It's kind of like you need to be very discerning with what you allow into your space and the kind of energy that you expose yourself to, because it all has an effect on you. And if for whatever reason your aura and your chakras aren't, in 100% peak performing condition, you're kind of a little bit more susceptible to being affected by these things. So it's just the thing. Throughout our ascension, we're releasing things that don't need to be around, because, when, as I was just saying, like, if your aura is a little bit depleted and foreign energy that's not of the highest frequency does manage to creep into your aura and your energy body, that impacts you and puts your balance of energies off as well. And depending on what kind of energy you're allowing into your space and, how far along you are on your ascension path, it can cause issues. I personally used to get chakra healings done from time to time when I actually, could tell, like, energetically there was something going on. And most times I had a lost soul or a mischievous, entity or something along those lines that had sort of somehow latched onto my energy. And I'd be able to sort of feel like, I need to see, the person that I used to go to. And every time I went, without fail, there was, a reason for me to be there. And she'd always fix me up. But when I've had, say, a mischievous entity that was actually around my ankle, I wasn't able to move forward in life. I was kind of stagnant. For about 3-4 months, while it was around, I was kind of like full of ideas. I wanted to do so much. I wanted to meditate and evolve and, progress on my ascension journey and things like that. But for some reason, there was no progress to be seen, no matter what I did, no matter how much I tried to manifest, no matter how many meditations I did, no matter how much intentions I set, nothing was working. So there's an example of, when you're not caring for yourself and you're not looking after yourself and you're depleted energy, interference can sometimes, be a bit of a delay that isn't ideal, that you don't actually want. All right, so I'm going to continue. I kind of contradict myself because I just go with whatever, but I'm going to get the second deck of cards handy. But moving on to the second row of cards that we have the Five of Cups. So the card of mourning the loss of something that was emotionally important, that you were emotionally invested in, something that you loved, whether it's a job, friendships, partnerships, anything. But this is a person that's sort of mourning the loss of something that is gone. However, they're not actually appreciating the things that are still in their life. They're completely oblivious to the 2 cups of love that are full and standing upright right behind him. He's too busy crying over spilt milk or crying over what's gone and mourning the loss of those things rather than actually being grateful for what he actually has remaining in his life, because not all is lost. Okay? And then next card we have is the Six of Wands, which is the card of victory. So this is why I want to pull clarifiers, because the energies are kind of like very interesting, but maybe this is a general reading and it is for multiple people out there. So maybe, a few cards might have messages for one person and, spread out that way. Not sure, but I'm sure you'll be able to know what does apply to you. Okay, so yes, Six of Wands, card of victory. Feeling victorious in some sort of situation. But this card is always not, it's about a long fought for victory. It's not an easy road, this victory that's been accomplished. So, there's transformation, there's, the death card is a transformation card. On doing the ascension thing, when we're leveling up, in the last couple of years, I feel like I've actually probably been a different person every 6 months almost. And I still feel like I'm shifting and evolving even more. And I'll catch myself kind of going, ooh, how much I've matured. Since when do I think like that? and being really, really happy with how far I've come, and just, noticing the shift within myself and just giving myself a little yay, baby. It's a good thing, but I feel like it's that kind of an energy that, you've gone through the transformation. That's why, despite the fact that there's a bit of a sense of mourning the loss of the old you, maybe even, like, because you've transformed so much, you value going within, you value your own company, you value your own guidance so much more than anything else or anyone else, really. It's kind of like, this is a person that's well and truly on their ascension path, mind you. You're at the stage where you realize that your relationship with yourself and with your creator is the most important relationship in your life. So your most heartfelt wish is to be able to go within and, work on that relationship to solidify that relationship even more. And that's part of your ascension journey. That's part of your transformation. And it actually shows how much you've transformed, because you've shifted and you've gotten to the stage where you're putting your focus and your priorities where ultimately we learn through our ascension that they should be. And that's a big shift, because yes, okay, fair enough, you're mourning the loss of maybe the friendships, the relationships, or the people that are, you no longer resonate with, and you don't have so much in common with, so you may not have much interaction with. Or maybe this is mourning the loss of the old you. The old you knew. It was kind of like you had some idea what your identity was as that version of yourself. But now, despite the fact that you're feeling victorious and you know how far you've come, and it's kind of, you're recognizing that and you're seeing it within yourself and the way you approach things, the way you react to things in life. So that's actually making you feel victorious. But also, it's followed by the 8 of Swords. So while you feel victorious, there's something that's actually making you feel stuck. And whatever it is that's making you feel stuck is actually just a mental, it's a prison of your own making within your mind. It's this classic, imprisoning yourself in your own thoughts and your own fears. The next card up from this is the 9 of Swords, and that's about nightmares, anxiety, being up late, stressing, too many thoughts rushing around, and worst case scenario, like a doomsday sort of person. A person that dramatizes everything, that starts panicking and thinking worst case scenarios all the time. That is very unhealthy. So this is sort of just one step back from that, where, you're allowing your fears and your fight and flight aspect, or your ego, to take over and kind of be all dramatic and be like, oh no, this is all over. Oh no, this is so dramatic. Oh no. Like, how can I explain it? It's almost like, I'm not going to use that example. Sorry, I was just going to say, you break a fingernail. Like, I'm sorry. You break a toe, and, you're kind of like, oh, no, I won't be able to walk. It's just your little toe, like the little pinky toe, and you're fine. You don't even need a cast. Like, you just have a little brace on it. You'll be fine. But, when you break it initially, you think, oh, I won't be able to walk. Oh, my God, I'm going to need crutches. Oh, no, and how hard things will be, and all this drama. You're just thinking of the absolute worst case scenario. You haven't even been to the doctor yet. You don't know how bad the damage is, how big the cast will be, and whatever. But you're kind of like, oh no, the inconvenience of this, and start stressing about that and worrying about that, because you're going 5 steps too far ahead. So if you can actually stop yourself when you're doing this kind of thing and take a deep breath or 3, and sort of like just center yourself and ground yourself again, and remind yourself that cooking things up and assuming things and making mountains out of molehills, as they say, is not doing anybody any good. The best thing that you can do is be in the moment and be mindful, and so that you can actually hear the guidance that's coming from within you, so that you have a quiet mind, so that all your intuition and your guidance, when it's coming through to you, you're able to hear and understand clearly, and be able to, to actually put into action after understanding it. Yeah. So down to the last 3 cards, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So King of Pentacles is very grounded, very stable, very spiritual, but also of this world. Like, in this world, but not of it, a person that's very balanced in their spiritual aspects as well as their 3D world aspect. However, this is a person that's the King of Pentacles being out of balance when it's in reverse. So I feel like this could be somebody in your space. This could even be you, where you're very much, the master of your domain. Like you're on top of things. But with this situation, whatever this Eight of Swords, you're feeling stuck and, anxiety, fear, worry, all of it's kind of getting to you, and negativity, and just a lot of drama sort of focus. I feel very anxious in my belly when I'm looking at that card. Has sort of put you out of balance. That's why it's the King of Pentacles. So if you're able to sort of calm your mind and stop all this fear-mongering that's going on in there, you'll be able to actually put down the burden, because like 10 of Wands is about putting down a burden. 10 is a number of completion. So even the way he's holding it, I don't know somebody walking around holding things like that, because that would absolutely destroy their back, would it not? It wouldn't last long. So he's definitely putting down the burden. So whatever is making you feel stuck and making you feel out of balance, you're putting down the burden. But I believe you're having some unexpected outside help with that. And this, I'm feeling, is definitely like your divine team, angels, ascended masters, guardian angels, archangel, spirit guides, star family, all of that. Pretty sure we know that we're never really alone. We have our guardian angels, we have archangels, we have ascended masters, we have, ancestors that have passed on that choose to stick around with us because they want to make sure we're okay and look after us and stuff. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not there. Got a few clarifiers to follow that. I'm going to put a clarify for each of these cards, and I will try and make it a little bit more snappy. Okay, so all the upright cards I'm not going to mess with clarifiers for. The clarifiers that have actually fallen out apply to the cards that are in reverse. So we had the Eight of Pentacles earlier, and the two cards that have actually come out for that as clarifiers are the Emperor and the Ten of Wands. So I feel like this situation, whatever you're working on, or it was a long-term investment, long-term venture, or some part of your life that was a long-term thing. Okay, job, partnership, relationship, studies even, or investment of some description, because it's Pentacles, being in reverse. So I do believe that somebody is involved who could be in Aries, but they're represented by the Emperor card. Could even be you, or how you behaved in the situation. The Emperor is, in this context especially, because it's clarifying this, I'm getting the negative Emperor aspect, which is, a very bossy, stubborn, kind of bullheaded person. It's my way or the highway. Just do as I say, not as I do kind of person who won't listen to reason. They're the only person that knows how to do things. Very bossy, can be quite narcissistic, can be quite aggressive. The Emperor has his armor on underneath his robe, so he's always ready to go to war. At the drop of a hat, and it doesn't really matter. Even if he's wrong, he'll still go to war. This is a person that humility doesn't seem to be a very strong point with them, because they're just like, their attitude is whatever I say or whatever I put out into the world, that's just how it is, and it's set in stone. There's no changing it. And it's like, but hang on, most reasonable people would be like, okay, well, if I'm presented with information that kind of is reasonable enough for me to go, hey, yeah, okay, that makes sense, and that goes against what I've put out there into the world, even that, like, I feel like that it's almost taking things to an extreme. This person this could be why this thing hasn't worked out, is because this person takes things to such an extreme and they're so bullheaded and so sort of controlling in the situation that this not working out is you actually putting down the burden of having to deal with this very unpleasant character. So this could be a boss. This could be, like a mentor kind of person. If this is to do with some sort of an apprenticeship or employment kind of situation, manager. Someone of an authority figure, or someone like a mature male. Could be a female with these qualities, but Emperor is generally a male, generally Aries. Aries are fire signs. They're quite fiery. They're assertive. And I don't mean offense to anybody. However, Hitler was an Aries as well. So just to give you an idea of an extreme aspect of the personality traits that can be there in an individual who's represented by this card. Not to say that they're a bad person. There is no judgment on my part. Just to say that, a person that is so stubborn and so inflexible in how they interact with other people and how they behave with people can be quite difficult to be around. And it can feel like a bit of a burden to be around them, because you might feel like you're walking on eggshells, that you can't speak freely, that you can't express yourself or can't have your opinions be heard or even acknowledged in whatever this dynamic is. So like when Eight of Pentacles is clarified by that, and then you have the Nine of Wands, it's kind of like you feel like you have to run away from that situation. That's you running away and leaning on a stick and going, okay, all right, catch your breath, it's okay, oh my god, what am I going to do? But like when this is in reverse, it means that whatever you're working on long term, which involves this Emperor character, you're kind of giving up on it, or you're putting down the burden that you're feeling this situation is putting on you or brings into your life. Okay, then we're going to go on to the King of Pentacles, but I might actually... Okay, Jemima, can you just clarify for Eight of Swords as well, please? For the Eight of Swords, like what are we talking about? 2 cards for it? Are these both clarifiers for the Eight of Swords? Okay, so... Alright, I'm just gonna let you guys know what I'm getting, okay? The Eight of Swords was before the King of Pentacles in reverse, and it was actually followed by the card of victory, like a long, drawn out, long fought for kind of victory. So we had the Eight of Swords, and I was saying somebody feeling stuck, imprisoned by their own thoughts, fears, things like that. So the 2 clarifiers that we've actually got, his Ace of Swords and the World card. So I feel like this a prison of your own thoughts is kind of, it's from some truth that has come through your intuition. It's divinely inspired truth or divinely gifted truth. As you see in this card, there is a cloud with a hand coming out of it holding a sword. It's got those little yellow things called FODs. So this is some sort of truth that is a little painful. Pain brings growth. Soul grows through pain. I'm sorry to say that, but it's a fact. And you'll discover that eventually. All the things that have hurt you have made you so strong that you're like, titanium now. So it's just how it works, my friends. Unfortunate but true. And most of us on the Ascension path have had 1 or 2 dark nights of the soul might know that. I'm not being sarcastic, I'm just being silly. All right. So yes, going back to this. Eight of Swords. Feeling stuck. Feeling stuck because of something you're realizing or you realized. realized how much that situation with the emperor person was oppressive, how much you don't, you know that you work hard, you put your time and effort into your job, you do the right thing, so why are you being treated unfairly? Or, if it's a relationship, then you haven't, it's almost as if like you don't know where this is coming from. And you kind of realize that you didn't actually do anything to deserve whatever it is that you're getting. So you're being treated unfairly, or, I almost get like an oppressive feeling for some of you. There's some sort of, unfair treatment, some sort of bullying kind of scenario going on. And you sort of getting away from it and going within and being able to sort of seek your guidance within and your intuition, it's sort of like creating a bit of a transformation. And yes, while you're sort of mourning the loss of certain things in your life, you feel victorious, but there's an aspect of feeling, imprisoned in your mind, but there's something that's either occurred to you or will be occurring to you that will actually sort of kind of set you free in a sense. Okay. But I'm not saying it's going to be all fun and games. Sometimes when there's situations where the truth has been withheld from us, our imagination can't even prepare us for what is coming. And I don't mean to say that will be the case for any of you. I don't really get that feeling. I feel like, you've had some realizations, or, your angels have sort of led you down the right path for you to sort of put two and two together and kind of realize, hang on a second, this is not right. This is not good. There's something about this that is not okay. So, and that is kind of like, that lesson is completing a cycle for you. The world card is completion of a major life cycle at 20 plus years. It can also represent travel, like long distance travel, but it's like, I call it the graduation card. And I love that this has come out in your reading, because you started off this reading with the Wheel of Fortune card. So that's halfway through the tarot deck, where you've got the 4 fixed signs in the zodiac they're actually studying, right? So the World card, those same 4 figures have actually graduated and they're in bronze now, as you can see. So this is definitely the graduation card. So I feel like that's coming to an end. For some of you, whatever this mental imprisonment was, it's coming to an end, and it's the end of a major cycle. You're really sort of letting to be able to balance your heart and your mind. And that's a really, really good thing. It's a great accomplishment. And for others of you, you're kind of snapping out of it because there's a realization or something, just like it hits you like a lightning bolt. It's one of those things where, you might stew over something for a while, you just can't get it, up late at night thinking about it, just can't work it out. No matter how you try and sort of look at it, talk to people about it, whatever, you just can't work it out. And then all of a sudden, when you've kind of given up or you've forgotten about it a little bit, all of a sudden, bang, there it is. It's like this massive epiphany, light bulb moment. I really feel that. And then the final card that I'm actually going to discuss before I get onto your quick oracle cards and get out of here was the King of Pentacles in reverse. So the King of Pentacles in reverse, I was saying, it feels like you're out of balance. I feel like you are really suffering with the ascension energies and you need to rest up. And the reason why I say this is because, one, I had said you're out of balance with the King of Pentacles. And this may not be you. This could be somebody else. This could be an earth sign in your life. And a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Also, if we want to talk about signs that are here, we've got fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Earth, as I just said, we've got water signs, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We've also got air signs, which would be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So we've kind of got all the signs here. So the people, that are around you within the workplace or home, whatever the case may be, however it fits for you. I feel like when we've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, he's very much out of balance. Like, he's very grounded and he's very stable. When he's out of balance, he'll feel it. So with the Four of Swords, which is the card about getting some rest, taking time out to be in nature, to ground yourself, bare feet on the grass and just visualizing roots coming out of the bottom of your feet and going deep into the core of the earth, where there's a big quartz crystal where, you know, the roots get embedded into a crystal, very much like this. If you can visualize that and just sort of like sit with that, and then eventually you will start feeling the Mother Earth basically sending her energy through those roots, and they will go up your legs through all your chakras and out the top. It's a really, really beautiful thing. But I really do recommend grounding, and, you know, if you meditate, or if you can meditate, definitely do so, because the energies are quite intense. And when you meditate, it kind of allows your higher self to open you up as much as you're able to sort of handle, to the, you know, inflow of energies that are coming down. Because we're like, the way energies have been escalating over 2018 and into 2019, it's only just going to get more and more intense. So being able to handle the amount of light that you are anchoring and that is flowing into you, and the activation codes and the DNA upgrades, cellular activations, all of that that's going on right now, you need to rest. You need to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. If you feel tired during the day, have a nap. Even if it is a couple of hours, your body needs it. That is why it's happening. Some people are going through bouts of insomnia, but because you're not able to sleep at night, if your body's craving a bit of a nap during the day and you have the opportunity to do that, do it. Okay, listen to your body, nurture it, because you need to be very gentle with yourself at the moment. We're getting a lot of upgrades and things. Drinking lots of water, getting, you know, a bit of sun, you know, even if it's 10, 15 minutes, it's actually really, really nourishing. Like, you get vitamin D from the sun. You know, if you are able to spend at least 2 hours with sun rays actually hitting your skin a day, it would be ideal, but without getting, you know, sunburnt or without being affected negatively. But definitely with the Four of Swords, it's about needing a lot of rest. It's about resting and recovering from intense energy, from, you know, burning the candle at both ends, from feeling like you're in a constant battle with friends, family, you know, work people, whatever the case may be. It's a very, very, like, it's the energy of exhaustion, that one, you know, where you basically just can't stay upright. You can't be functional because you're just so drained. And for others, and I believe, like, this is, it could be a case of, for others of you, this feeling drained is making you feel out of balance. For others of you, feeling financially constrained or restricted, feeling like you will not have enough money to sort of, you know, survive whatever you need to do, lacking confidence in your income stream, feeling uncertain about the future. So, you know, holding on too tightly. This is lack mentality. This is being so overly cautious with your money and so stingy that you're actually putting out the wrong frequency into the universe. So if you're trying to manifest abundance financially, this is the absolute opposite energy. You're telling the universe, oh my God, I'm stressing that I have so little. Please give me some more of so little. Okay, please stop doing that, because you need to realize, especially for those of us on the ascension path, and I feel like the ones that I'm reading for in this are definitely on it. You need to understand that if you're in a divine life path, the universe, source, you know, prime creator, God, whatever you call it, will take care of your needs. You will not go without. Okay, like, as soon as you actually find that, oh, hang on a second, something's come up, I actually need money now, somehow that money will find its way to you, no matter what. And trust me, I've done it. All you literally have to do is have a bit of faith in that, and just be like, all right, God, I'm having faith. I'm doing this. You know, so I know that, fine, I got paid a little while ago and I've taken care of all of my bills and taken care of all my needs. So now that I have a little remaining, I know that next, you know, time frame when I'm actually going to be required to spend money on whatever, when that happens, you will provide the means somehow, in some way, shape, form. You know, either you'll find the money on the floor, or, you know, somebody will give it to you, or something will happen. Just somehow it will work out. And trust me, sometimes you're just like, That is genius and diabolical. And my God, how come I didn't think of that? Seriously, a little faith goes a really long way, guys. Let me just check with Arch Angel Michel if we've got this. Have we got everything? Any other messages? So, alright, so to finish off this lovely reading for my lovely Libra people, we will pull a few of the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I like these cards. And the ones that I sort of, the Divine Feminine energy. So I came from up with things. I have 3 of these cards. So, as I should have said earlier, if you have found this reading by accident, then chances are there's a message in here for you. So I hope that you are able to find that. And if nothing in this resonated for you, then chances are then I'm not actually tuning into your energy. And that's fine. There's a lot of readers on YouTube. But if you're not sitting there and going, oh yeah, that is what's going on in me. She's talking about, the energy that I'm actually dealing with at the moment. If that doesn't hit you at any point, that means there was nothing there, that actually resonates for you. So please don't stress when that happens, because, you've got like 4 signs that actually affect your energy. So you might want to check out your, sun, moon, rising, and Venus sign. That can definitely help. Taurus. Okay. All right. So we've got 4 Goddess Guidance cards for you guys. The first one is Green Tara. Start delegating. It says, ask others, including me, to help you instead of trying to do everything for yourself. Yes, Libra. It's a balance of giving and receiving. You can't be the one that's always picking up the pieces, going around and running to everybody's rescue. Sometimes you need to accept help and a bit of support and a bit of love from the people around you as well. This is a really beautiful, very gentle, very nurturing, very loving energy. I'm actually going to read you the message from the book, because there's like a little passage that is like a message from the goddess herself to you. So I'll grab that and I'll give you that. The next one is Guinevere, True Love. It says, the romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. Now, great love of self, great love of partner, family, friends. Love comes in many forms. It doesn't always have to be, partners, somebody that you're seeing. Okay, the third one that you have is Ain, Leap of Faith. It says, take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Oh, I like this. So this eclipse is definitely kind of challenging a lot of people just to sort of go for it. Follow your heart and whatever your soul is guiding you to do, which is a really beautiful thing. I can't get the smile off my face when I'm thinking about it. It's just like, yeah, own it, what you were born to do. Own your greatness, people. All right, the last one is Aphrodite, inner goddess. It says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. Exactly, own it. These are really beautiful cards, especially the goddess cards. All right, so I'm just going to go from left to right. Green Tower. All right, so Green Tower card says, the message from Green Tower is, when you feel resentment in your heart because you are carrying more than your share of the load, you are doing no favors to anyone, including yourself. You need to ask for help to ensure that you have private time for contemplation and rest. One of the reasons why I'm able to sit so peacefully is that I know the secret of true productivity. It doesn't come through struggle or strife. Rather, it comes from a clear and focused mind that's unchallenged by indecisiveness. You see, making decisions is the shortest route to triumphant passages. Once you make up your mind, the rest flows quite naturally. I therefore urge you to sit quietly and follow the footsteps of your mind. Be open to your heart's meanderings. They will quietly lead you to make your most important decisions. The rest will fall into place. So yeah, like, don't try and be Superman. Ask people for help and accept the help that's being offered to you, and don't feel guilty about accepting help from people. Yeah, a lot of people have a really hard time accepting help and support from other people, but they'll quite happily lay down their life to help anybody else. And it's kind of like, no. Lightworkers, we are not a generation of martyrs. We're not a generation of people that are just like, oh, I sacrifice myself for the greater good. We don't do that stuff. That's not how it works. That is not what we're here to do, okay? So please don't do that. Okay, I'm going to move on to Guinevere Truliev, which says, the message from Guinevere: romance is not an outmoded concept. Far from it. Romance is the time-honored precept of merging with the divine as it's manifest within another human being. Romance is also playfulness, which heralds springtime, flowers, and new life. You needn't be in a partnership to evoke romance, however. You can manifest it for yourself through laughter, surrounding yourself with beauty, and indulging in luxurious treats. Romance is the life force of the universe and is a worthwhile goal indeed. So, this could be talking about a soulmate relationship that he's incoming or has already arrived. Can also be about renewed passion in an existing relationship. Or it can also indicate that your romantic needs are not being met, and you need to take steps to alleviate this. Okay. Now we've got Ain, which is Leap of Faith. I haven't actually ever read this one. It's really interesting. So the message from Ain is procrastinating about your dreams won't make them go away. Neither will it make them happen. Indecision is the death of the soul's burning passion to improve, grow, and learn. Don't worry about making a wrong decision. Instead, worry about making no decision at all. Then take time to pray, meditate, investigate, research, go on nature walks, and make your decision. Once made, the universal energies will immediately support your decision, and doors will successively open as if by magic. The magic you see is that you've set your mind to accomplish something, and this intention is what sets you on your magical journey. Trust that the universe will support you in all ways. Trust that your intention is clear and right. For you, and then take a leap of faith and jump fully and squarely into the midst of putting your dreams into action. Don't hesitate or delay a moment longer. Okay, so this could be telling you that your dream will come true, that you have chosen the correct path for yourself, or heaven supports you fully on your mission. Also, your material needs will be taken care of. Take action steps towards realizing your dreams, and also, if you break your dreams down into workable steps or little sections so that, it's more achievable short-term goals rather than a big mountain of a goal that seems so unattainable that it gets a bit overwhelming at times. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big, but you need to be able to plan for it and work consistently towards your big, I wasn't getting your big kahuna. I don't even know how that would apply or how that makes any sense. Anyway, all right. The final card that we have for you lovely Librans is Aphrodite. So this card, the message from Aphrodite says, allow your inner feminine wisdom and dynamic beauty to rise to the surface. Cherish its power and meaningfulness. No matter whether your physical body is male or female, you have an inner femininity that nurtures you and guides you with its intuitive principles. Now is the time to become aware of, take excellent care of, and celebrate your magnificence. So some of the meanings: you need to balance your masculine and feminine energies. Maybe take steps to heal your sexuality. Enjoy your femininity. Enjoy, activities that make you feel feminine. Dance. Also, this could be a message that in relationships you need to kind of show your more softer, feminine, vulnerable side. And maybe dress more feminine, like long flowy dresses, so it makes you feel more feminine. Whatever it is that makes you feel like a goddess embodiment on earth here and now, basically. Okay, my lovely people, we've just hit 1 hour, so I'm going to get out of here. Sorry it was so long, but eclipse energy is kind of intense, and this is going to play out over the next 2 weeks. So the fact that your last card was Six of Swords, moving away from troubled waters, whatever's going on and playing out, guys, just love yourself, take care of your body. If you need to rest, do that. Lots of water, meditate, ground yourself. Reach out for help if you need to, because there are a lot of people out there. You know, I've got my website listed in the box below. You know, or you can put a message down the bottom if you need any support that I might be able to provide. I've got a stash of meditations and a treasure trove of information up here and saved on YouTube as well. If I can be of assistance, I'm happy to be. Okay, so happy eclipse, I guess. Enjoy, and I will see you guys again soon. I will do a reading next week just for like normal every week kind of energy for you guys as well. So I will see you then.